you might understand what took place in the bathroom. Sexual acts were done in the bathroom, like serious sexual acts. You may be wondering, how do you know this? What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can tell from the title, this is going to be another story that involves something to do with one of my old jobs. And as you can tell, it's Pizza Hut. So this shall be interesting. So I've already made a video about Pizza Hut. Maybe you don't know that, maybe you do. If you haven't watched it, you should probably go watch it. But that just kind of talked about the pros and cons of working there. This is gonna be more of a video that I don't know what the hell I'm gonna title it. Maybe I said exposing Pizza Hut, or maybe I just said the truth about Pizza Hut, because in this video I'm gonna be telling you a couple instances where I just thought Pizza Hut was weird. One of them is not really Pizza Hut's fault because it's just the people that they hire. I mean, really, it's just who they hire, but like, don't hire them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start off with probably the more interesting one. I think I may have touched on this a tiny bit in my video about Pizza Hut, but from what I can remember, I don't remember actually telling you like who these people were and more about them and like what they did in the bathroom. So like, just listen to the video and you'll figure that out. Well, I've already talked about when I worked there, but I'm just gonna give you a brief background of when I worked at Pizza Hut because you might not have seen the video about that. So I worked from Pizza Hut from when I was 17 to almost 19. So about 2 years. I think I worked there a little over 2 years. So it was interesting. And when I was 18, I became a delivery driver, and this is when I started seeing more of this stuff happen as I was an adult, but and I was there a lot more. I started working there. I was working there for like a year, and this is when this started. This is when this first thing happened. So, one of my coworkers was 18, same age as me. We're gonna call her Rebecca. So, actually, let's just call her Becca. Okay, it's easier to remember than Rebecca. So Becca. Okay, Becca was 18. Now, Becca's father actually worked at this place, and to be completely honest with you, yeah, I remember his name, but I'm not gonna say his name either, but he doesn't even need a name in this story. So, Becca was working one day, and then we have another person that worked there who was like 37. He was also married, so he's 37 married, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but this guy, he used to do drugs, he's done meth, he talked about this. He was very open, and like, I really don't want to come across as rude because people could make comments about me saying I look like whatever, but I mean, like, you could tell that he had done something, like he just didn't look the best. He was really nice, he just like wasn't, I don't know. Anyways, I worked with these two people for like over a year, okay, because everyone joined at different times. That person, the guy who was 37, worked there longer than me. Let's call him Tim, okay? So Tim worked there for however long, I have no idea, years, and then this girl started working there after me, Becca. And so we were working, whatever, everything's fine, months go on, and then randomly, I hear from not my manager, but not vice manager, assistant manager. Hear from the assistant manager what had happened the night before. So, apparently, while Becca and Tim were working, it was just them. So she was a delivery driver and he was a manager, but not the manager. There's a lot of different managers like during the day because obviously the main manager is not gonna be there like from open to close every day. Like you're gonna have assistant managers and like people that are in charge of the nighttime and the daytime. So he was a nighttime one, and for some reason it must have been extremely slow there or something. It was literally just them. Like it was late, I think she said it was probably about midnight or so. And so what had happened was, remember, Tim is married, people. Tim is married, Becca's 18. 18, she was my age. Her father worked at this place, who was probably like 40 something. Probably 10 years difference from this guy. I don't know exactly what had happened, but I guess they were flirting around. So apparently these two decided it was a good idea to go into our bathroom. And the way our Pizza Hut was designed, it was like just a long ass hallway. Okay, like front door, you go through the front door, And then here's our like cashier desk. Like literally you barely walk in if you're a customer, and there's like a couple seats. And then behind that you can just go right around, and it's like a straight hallway. And that, I mean, all the way at the end of the hallway is where kind of like our break room, but you don't really use it as a break room, more of like getting the dough ready. But then to the right of that was the bathroom right before you got there. So that's where this happened. So I have no idea who said what the hell, but anyways, they both went into the bathroom, and I can assume you might understand what took place in the bathroom. Sexual acts were done in the bathroom, like serious sexual acts. You may be wondering, how do you know this? So apparently Becca decided to tell the manager what had happened, which like I don't completely understand, because listen, so she told the manager, and of course Tim got fired. Duh, like you can't just go do that. Like, first of all, he's way older, he was married, and he's supposed to be the manager. Okay, you can't just go in the back and do that. So he got fired, and this girl was so upset that he got fired, but everyone's like, well, what do you expect? You literally told on him. And she was so upset he got fired. Like his life, I know his life like went to shit. He ended up living in his car. Him and his wife got divorced. Literally ruined a marriage because he couldn't hold it in himself. He had to go into a Pizza Hut bathroom and put it in her. Like, seriously, what the fuck? I don't know. And she was very upset about this happening, Becca, and you're probably wondering what the fuck happened to Becca. Well, she no longer worked at our location. My manager, for some reason, let her keep her job, and she went to a different location, which, now that I think about it, why did she get to keep her job? They literally both did it consensually in the bathroom. She was an adult. I mean, I get it. Why did he only get fired, though? Why? I'm confused. I just now thought about that. So that was the first story. It was just gross. Like, I wish you could have seen that bathroom. That was one of the most nasty bathrooms I've ever been in. Literally, that bathroom was disgusting because no one would clean it. I worked with a bunch of lazy people. I remember when I got asked to clean it, and I cleaned it a little, because let's be honest, I was a little lazy too, and I'm not gonna clean up like a year's worth of filth. That bathroom was disgusting. I'm surprised they didn't catch some freaking rare disease in there. Seriously, it's disgusting. So that was the first story. It was just gross, and I don't know what happened to that guy. And he was really nice, but like, he didn't seem like the type of person that would cheat on his wife, first of all. Like, and then they got divorced. Like, he ruined his marriage over the situation. So enough with that story. That was just gross. Or this next story is going to be involving my actual manager, like the main manager. I brought her up before. I'll give her a name. Let's call her Barb. Barb was older. She was probably she was younger than my parents, so she was like in her 50s, whatever. She was pretty nice. I've already talked about her a little, but she would get really frustrated in situations and be a total like B word. Seriously, would flip so quick and be like mean as hell. And I swear I was looking at the devil himself or herself. Like, it was scary sometimes. She would just get so mean to people and like yell. Oh my God. So I found this out also from my assistant manager. I don't know if she wants me to say her name, so I'm not gonna say her name. We're just gonna call her the assistant manager. She told me about this. So, you know, if you work for a corporation or whatever, there's like a manager, but there's someone above them. There's a regional manager, I think that's what they're called, or whatever. So the manager is supposed to make sure like all the dough is thrown away if it's old, or like the vegetables aren't being used if it's supposed to be thrown out, because you get little tags and you put them on there on the food, you know, and it shows you like when you're supposed to get rid of it, because you do it all through the computer and it prints out and you put it. So what had happened was that my manager was trying to cut costs, because she literally, all she cared about, and all Pizza Hut cares about is cutting costs, whether it's cutting labor or this. So what she decided to do was to just leave it. Who cares if it's old, you guys? Who cares if it's like 3 days old? We're just gonna use it anyways. So that's what my manager decided to do. She decided to use it anyways. Hello? Hi? Do you mind if I call? Okay, do you mind if I call you back in like 10 minutes or so? Well, you do. I'm recording a video, so I'd rather do this for like, I'll call you back. Okay, love you. Bye. I love my mom. She decided to keep it all anyway and just put it on the food. Like, she would just use it. Old mushrooms, who gives a flying fahoodle? Like, just use it. Because it would cook anyways, right? So, she actually did get in trouble for this, because I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know if someone told on her or what, but the regional manager found out what she was doing. And literally she had no consequences. All that happened was she just had to throw it all out and get new stuff. And like, she didn't save on the cost for that. But like, She didn't get in trouble. She didn't get, like, I never saw anything. She didn't get trained differently. Like, nothing happened. When she was deliberately doing it, like, she was deliberately doing this. She was just using it because she didn't want to spend money. This is how this place was. Because, you know, they have people above them like, don't spend more than this. So really they're just trying to save their own asses so they don't get in trouble. But it's like, dude, that's gross. Like, you're a grown woman, okay? Would you want to be eating that? Probably not. Like, that's kind of gross, and we're not supposed to be giving them, like, expired vegetables and bread, or, well, and dough, and, like, who cares if it cooks? That's just not what you went to Pizza Hut for. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to go and spend, like, almost $20 on a freaking large, like, 5-topping pizza that was old, of whole toppings and made you sick. Would you like that? No, you wouldn't. That's disgusting. To me, that was just gross. Like, maybe you aren't as disgusted by it, but, like, working there and seeing how gross some things already were, it was just gross. And so I know I touched on this on the other video, but I'm just gonna bring it up anyways because you might not have seen that video. So this is a really small story. It just also has to do with kind of cleaning and stuff. So we used to have personal pan dishes, which I'm sure you know, they're tiny, like little personal pan pizzas, whatever, like $4. And so we would get school orders, and we would have like 200 to 300 of these in one day that she had to get done. My manager would come in, she would do it because she would just do that. Like, she was a really good manager, just she did some questionable things every now and then. But she was really good, like, she cared about her job. Anyways, we'd have that, and one day I was cleaning up some of those dishes, and I noticed that one of the trays that you put on top of the pizzas and stuff to, like, keep them from, like, falling and stuff, that you just keep them and stack them, had mold all in it, like, all in, not all in it, but, like, in the crack of the thing that you put over, like, all the pizzas to cover all of them. So I remember showing it to my coworker, and they told me to throw it out, but I just thought that was so disgusting because I swear to God that mold had been there for longer than at least a week. Like, there was no freaking way that they had not seen that mold, but they just used it anyways. It was so gross. Like, it was disgusting. I remember being disgusted because, like, little kids didn't touch that with their food, but, like, it was inches from their food. Literally, it was just gross. I don't know. Would you want to eat your pizza that had literally been, like, almost touching mold? I don't think so. You would probably just want everything to be clean and thrown away if it was dirty. Do you understand what I mean? Like, would you want that? So personally, I just thought that was gross. Thankfully, they didn't tell me to, like, clean it or anything. They weren't that disgusting. That would have said no. No. They looked at it though to see if it was salvageable. They did. I think I did not include it. They looked at it first. They didn't just say, oh, throw it away. No, they came and looked at it. They looked at the mold like, yeah, we can't keep this. But I literally told them there's mold, and they told me they wanted to go look at it. They didn't just say throw it away. Like, what the hell? You're not gonna clean? I'm not gonna clean it. Ew. Hell, I have a thing. I know mold's, like, not that bad, but I'm scared of mold on my cheese. Like, I'm scared of mold on anything. I throw it away. Get it away from me. I don't want the mold. I don't want the mold. That was it. Those were just a couple little 3 stories I had. One wasn't really much of a story, just kind of a short little thing. There's a lot more, but I feel like it's more of, like, not really exposing Pizza Hut, more exposing people. Like, this is probably exposing people at Pizza Hut. Maybe I should title Exposing People at Pizza Hut. I have more stories. Let's just say a lot of people got in trouble at that place regarding things with tips, just other coworkers. Like, it was just, like, I don't know if I ever told my story about it. I think I did, about a really bad time I had with someone. This really asshole dude that was my manager. He wasn't my manager, but he was a total If you would like some more stories or just little things about Pizza Hut, but if you have any questions about Subway, I'm sure I can find more from Subway because I worked there for a heck of a long time. But yeah, and I know I could find more about Pizza Hut. I just have to dig deep in my brain and think about it. Like, literally, I need to start taking notes because I could go back to the beginning. I am sure there's more because it's nasty. Thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing. I hope you subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't super long and maybe it wasn't super entertaining, but I hope you found some sort of enjoyment out of it. And I'm sorry I'm talking so fast, but I'm not really. Please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below any weird work stories. If you happen to work at Pizza Hut, tell me any weird shit that goes on. I'm curious. I'd love to know. So, thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope you have a freaking fantastic day. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.